Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today got the wide receiver rankings. Post Super Bowl, post Senior Bowl, pre-combine though. Let's get right into it with my number one receiver, and this is really tight for me. Really tight. But I'm giving the edge to Treylon Burks. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw the other guy, Garrett Wilson. These two guys are so close. Garrett Wilson has been my wide receiver one pretty much throughout the whole draft process. Until recently, when I started watching Treylon Burks a little bit more. And the more I watch him, the more I fall in love with him. A lot of people comparing him to Deebo Samuel. I don't know about all that. But he does look really freaking good. He's so versatile. Maybe get him involved in the backfield. Just let him get the ball. Get the ball in his hands. Let him go to work. He's going to be great. Garrett Wilson, a more well-rounded receiver. More traditional receiver, if you will. And he's really good as well. Very close between those two. Number 3, I got Drake London here. There's not a lot of big-bodied, taller, bigger receivers in this draft. Guys who can win with their physicality downfield, whatever it might be. Which is what I think has propelled Drake London up a lot of guys' boards, and that includes mine. I had him probably 5, but I started looking. You know what? I like him. He looks a lot better than I originally thought. I really like Drake London, and he's not as good as Garrett Wilson or Treylon Burks, and I've seen some people put him ahead of them. I don't think so. Maybe we'll see the combine. The combine will be really big for Drake London. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. But for me, I got Treylon Burks over him. Burks and London, to a few of those bigger receivers. All right, this next one's close, and for me, there's a guy who gets the slight edge, and it's Jameson Williams. Best just burner in this draft, right? Speed demon. There's some injury concerns, and I think they're valid, but I don't think they knock him down that much. I'm not taking them into consideration, all right? Maybe he's knocked down 1 because of them. I don't think so, though. I think he's fine. I think he'll be fine. And I think a team's going to take him first round for sure. All these guys so far. Mid first rounders, Treylon Burks and Wilson, maybe early first rounders so far. Number 5, Chris Olave, Ohio State, an absolute separator. Very good receiver. Gets open, just gets separation, man. He gets separation. It's that simple. It really is. Maybe not physically gifted as like a Williams, not as big as a London or Burks, but he just gets open. Route running is great. Next up, I got Johan Dotson, Penn State. A really good receiver. He looked great at Penn State. I really like the film on this guy. And clear-cut 6th, I don't think he's quite up there with Olave and Williams. Really, those two guys, even the whole top 5 is maybe slightly better. I still think Dotson sneaks into the back end of the first round, though. Next up, I got George Pickens, the Georgia wide receiver. This is a guy who some people are higher on him than me. Some people I've seen a lot lower on him than me. I think there's some range for where Pickens could go. I think he's late first to early second, though. I think a team's maybe like the Dolphins might take him if no one else is on the board. All right, next up. This is where it kind of starts to get interesting, doesn't it? This is where you're like, all right, where do we go from here? There's a few options. Before the Senior Bowl, I might have said Romeo Doubs, but he's a big faller for me. But I'm actually gonna go Jalen Tolbert. This is close, but I'm gonna go Jalen Tolbert. South Alabama, small time school, but he's looked really good. I think the combine's gonna be big for him, but He looked good. Tape's there, sure. Level of competition, maybe not there, but looks really good. Next up, I'm going to go, it's close for me. But I think Christian Watson looked like the best receiver at the Senior Bowl. And he's another one of those bigger receivers. There's so few of them that maybe it's a bias, but, I think there's so few. They're in such high demand that Christian Watson, man. Next up, this is another kind of close one. You got John Mechie, Alabama, Purdue, David Bell. You know what? He's been pretty solid. Wan'Dale Robinson. Don't know a lot about Alec Pierce, if I'm honest. Khalil Shakir, not a big fan of. Trey Turner is kind of interesting. Virginia Tech. But none of these guys. I think David Bell, then Mechie, then Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson's just kind of he's so small, man, that I'm not sure where he fits in an NFL offense, really. Mechie and Bell, even Watson, it's very close between those guys. You could throw Tolbert in there too. These are all kind of second round, maybe early third if they're there, but I think wide receivers are going to be in high demand. But there you guys have it, my top 12 receivers. This wide receiver class is really deep. And I think there's going to be some guys who stand out at the combine, maybe rise up into this top 12. Maybe some guys who fall out of it. But that's the board right now, subject to change, obviously. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Things I missed, players I missed, maybe some guys I'm too high on, too low. All that good stuff. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace out.